a YouTube title, a Minecraft legend, and a tweet about lunch. Sounds like the setup for a bad joke, right? Well, it's get even more meant to be than that. It makes crypto scams look like a sensible investment strategy. So what happens when KSI, a man whose forehead has its own area code, collides with the gentle criticism of Minecraft royalty? A meltdown so epic it makes Chernobyl look like a bomb bot. Grab your popcorn, or better yet, grab a lunchly. You will need the sustenance and all the electrolyte in the world for this roller coaster. It all started with one tweet. One single tweet. 2 weeks ago, DanTDM, Minecraft YouTuber extraordinary, decided to share his thoughts on KSI's latest venture, Lunchly. His crime? Suggesting that maybe, just maybe, this product wasn't the second coming of sliced bread, and possibly stop treating your fan as your personal piggy bank. Now, in normal world, this would be a blip on the radar, a gentle critic from one creator to another. But in KSI's world, oh boy, it was like he had just insulted the queen, poured tea in the harbor, and suggested that football isn't coming home all at once. KSI reaction was like watching a supernova in slow motion. Spectacular, excessive, and ultimately self-destructive. He fired off tweets faster than mumble rap spits, mumbling mumbo jumbo, each one digging his hole a little deeper. Tweet first, then know you defense. KSI, in a stroke of genius that would make kindergartens proud, decided to pull out the big guns. And by big guns, I mean toys. That's right, folks. He posted a picture of DanTDM's mush and called it a crap.
Looks like crap to me while showing his toys that he sold to kids.
Now, and said, how does this benefit your fans, Dan? Hey?
How does this benefit your fans, Dan?
I don't know, KSI. How does your forehead benefit your fans? At least they can use it as an emergency landing trip. But wait, it gets better. Community notes the unsung heroes of this saga swept in faster than Batman on espresso. They kindly pointed out that not only did KSI make NFTs, but he was also managed by the founder of U2's. That's right. He called his own manager's company crap. Somebody forgot to turn off the friendly fire, apparently. Imagine if other YouTubers reacted like this to criticism. We had have a Markiplier declaring war over on Tumblr, Jacksepticeye building bunkers in Ireland. Tweet number 2. The time machine defense not content with embarrassing himself in present. KSI decided to take a trip down memory lane. He dug up a 9-year-old brand deal. 9-year-old like a crazy stalker. And claimed that Dan promoted some sweets. Yup. Oh no, Dan. How dare you promote chocolates nearly a decade ago? Clearly, that's exactly the same as marketing a dubiously nutritious lunch to school children today. I'm sure nothing has changed in 9 years. It's like you didn't grown as a person or learn anything new. Nope. You are clearly a hypocrite for maturing. And promoting chocolates as a treat isn't morally dubious, but promoting the highly processed diarrhea to your young audience who yet to develop prefrontal cortex is definitely a moral corrupt thing to do. After that, we see KSI attempts at damage control, including a website that redefines the concept of apology. Let's see if KSI have redeemed himself with this HTML code or not. In a move that would make politicians everywhere proud, KSI decided to address the controversy. And by address, I mean completely miss the point and somehow make things even worse. He set up an entire website called myapology.co.uk.
And I've had a lot of time to reflect and really understand everything that's happened and all of my actions. And, first of all, I want to...
Now, if you're thinking, wow, that's a mature response, hold on to your lunchly because this ride is about to get bumpy. You click on this website, expecting perhaps a thoughtful reflection, maybe even a hint of remorse. Instead, what do you get? A spoof website that just promotes his shitty overly auto-tune screech, while which he titled bravely as a music.
I want to say sorry. I can't do it.
It's like going to a restaurant expecting a gourmet meal and being served a picture of food instead. Nutritious? No. Satisfying? Absolutely not. On brand for KSI? You bet your prime hydrated bottom dollar it is. Here's the kicker. No one asked for an apology.
Stay mad, DanTDM fans. Womp womp.
This isn't a controversy because you have offended people or caused a national crisis. It's just people saying, hey mate, your lunch doesn't look great and might not be the healthiest option for kids, especially when they are at the stage when they need a crucial balanced diet to grow. But in KSI's world, that's apparently equivalent to a declaration of war. Not content with Twitter and fake apology website, KSI took his grievances to Sidemen podcast. Because nothing says I'm not bothered, like talking about how not bothered you are on every platform available in the entire world. Imagine if other YouTubers reacted like this to criticism. We'd have Mr. Beast giving away island to anyone who says his videos are good and probably hunting them afterwards. There, allegedly. I don't know. I still yet to read the fine print. And PewDiePie, starting a new religion where the only sin is disliking his content. Just when you thought this saga couldn't get any more bizarre, enter Asmongold, the esteemed food critic. And by esteemed food critic, I mean guy who probably considers Mountain Dew one of the major food groups. Asmongold, in his infinite wisdom, decided to compare Lunchly to Lunchables. His verdict, I can't even tell the difference. Now, if there's one man whose opinion are trust on ultra-processed shitty food, very unhealthy food, that is very high in saturated fats, it's our boy Esmond Gold. Why? Because you know that's all he eats. His taste buds have probably seen more action than a Michelin star chefs. You can tell that neither of these meal kits are any good though. Because if they were, the cockroaches that normally swarm Ansgold's desk would be all over them. But they are nowhere to be seen. And I don't think it because he cleaned. Let's be real. Cleaning for Asmongold is probably just moving the trash from one side of the room to the other. Now, let's not forget KCI's partner in nutritional crime, Logan Paul. This man's ability to contradict himself is impressive. It should be an Olympic sport. Logan Paul, 2 days before launching, waxing poetic about how much he loves Lunchables.
I want and always have wanted a fun lunch. I grew up on Lunchables. I'll admit that. We all have. I wouldn't sell something that I don't eat myself. And I wouldn't find myself eating a carrot, celery, apple slice lunch.
Fast food of 48 hours and suddenly Lunchables are the most disgusting thing he has ever eaten in his life. It's like watching a magician perform, except instead of pulling a rabbit out of head, he's pulling nonsense out of his. Well, you get the idea. I grew up on a Lunchables. I will admit that we all have. Lunchables? Never heard of it. But wait, there is more. Because with Logan Paul, there's always more. Enter the instant product development extravaganza. It's like Shark Tank meets the flesh with a sprinkle of Alice in Wonderland logic. Logan, with all the subtlety of neon sign in a library, announces, well, I have this idea, but I want to test it to you live and I want to see your reaction. So I'm gonna text you right now. Now.
Well, I have an idea, but I want to text it to you live.
Okay.
And I want to see your reaction. So I'm gonna text you right
Put your dear stalker case, my dear Watson, because here's where it gets elementary. This little performance, posted mere weeks before Lunchley hit the shelves, already manufactured, already packaged, probably already getting dust in some warehouse. It as if Logan thinks we all have the memory span of a goldfish with ADHD. Or maybe he's discovered the secret of a time travel and Lunchley is just a front for his real business. bending the space-time continuum. Let's break it down, shall we? In Logan's Paul world, in week first, have a spontaneous idea. Week 2, text idea to partner. Week 3, design product, create branding, set up manufacturing. Week 4, produce enough stock to fill stores nationwide. Week 5, launch product. In the real world, this timeline is about as realistic as KSI forehead shrinking. It's not just bending the truth, it's tracking the truth, tying it to into pretzel, and dipping it in processed cheese sauce. And the marketing campaign. Oh boy, we are diving deep into the rabbit hole, and it's lined with prime bottles and festival wrappers. Logan's Instagram becomes a masterclass in hype. It's not just a product launch, it's the second coming of sliced bread. The post is dipping with more artificial excitement than a lunchly drips artificial cheese and fake KSI laughs. And why they keep saying real cheese? It's starting to sound ominous. Like, shouldn't be their real cheese? What were they planning to put something else instead of, I don't know, real cheese? And let's not forget the last boss of YouTube. The shadow outline of Mr. Beast looming in the background. It's not ominous at all. No, sir. It doesn't look like the last thing an unprofitable YouTube channel sees before it gets beasted out of existence. It's just a totally normal, not at all creepy addition to his perfectly normal, not at all overhyped product launch. It as if they're trying to summon the spirit of good content creation, but instead conjure the ghost of pyramid scheme past. Hey hun, want to be your own boss? Join my team and suddenly it's not a pyramid scheme. It's a reverse frozen system set like a Logan Paul's ego. The whole spectacle is over so top, so gloriously ridiculous that it almost loops back around to brilliant. Almost. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. If the car was made of a processed cheese and driven by a guy wearing a knockoff Avengers marks while reciting Shakespeare. But here's the kicker. The plot twist, the unnight, it works. These guys are the Houdinis of hype, the Picassos of publicity. They could sell sand to the Sahara, or in this case, questionably nutritious lunches to concerned parents who have apparently misplaced their common sense along with their vegetable peelers. So the next time a YouTuber tries to sell you something, be it a product, a controversy, or just their oversized ego, take a moment, breathe, and ask yourself, is this reality or am I trapped in a Logan Paul fever dream? Because in this brave new world of influencer marketing, the line between genius and madness is about as thin as nutritional value of lunchly. Logan's marketing strategy seems to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And by everything, I mean contradictory statement known to men. Every contradictory. He is out there sounding like he is a part sum of YouTube QAnon, talking about forces working against us.
I can't believe it. It's like there are so many forces working against us to make sure we don't win, which is why we're gonna work that much harder to make sure we do win.
Matt, you are selling ham and cheese biscuits, not overthrowing a shadowy lizard government. What are you competing? What are you, bro? Competing on the same level with Alex Jones now? Be Alex Jones, bro. If your lunchly doesn't turn folks gay, then don't even talk about conspiracy here. Okay? Leave it to the professionals. Now, here's where I think it's really interesting. Logan Paul, a guy whose main qualifications are getting punched in the head and blogging about it, decides to go toe to toe with actual medical professionals about nutrition. It's like watching a chihuahua try to take on a wolf, adorable but ultimately misguided. When a sports medicine doctor pointed out some issues with Prime's marketing claims, Logan's response was essentially, "Nah, you are wrong because I say so." It's a nutritional equivalent of putting your fingers in your ears and yelling, "La la 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 la, I can't hear you." But wait, there is more. Dr. Mike, another medical professional, had the audacity to suggest that Lunchley isn't significantly healthier than Lunchables. They are both same garbage. The nerve of these doctors, using their education and expertise. What? Education and expertise to comment on nutrition. Don't they know that YouTubers subscribers are the real measure of knowledge? And that's why I get all my world and political news from Coco Melon. They will never lie to me. Just when you thought this saga couldn't get any more surreal, life threw us a curveball. Or should I say Logan Paul threw as a newborn. That's right. Logan's girlfriend gave birth. Congrats to the happy couple. Now, most new fathers might celebrate by handing out cigars or posting a cute photo. But Logan Paul isn't most father. No, sir. He used this beautiful life-changing moment as an opportunity to promote Lunchly. Because nothing says I'm ready for fatherhood quite like using your newborn as a marketing prop. So what we have learned from this whole debacle? Well, if you're a KSI and Logan Paul, apparently nothing. These guys are undeniably marketing geniuses. They could sell ice to Eskimo, or in this case, questionably nutritious lunch to concerned parents. Their ability to turn any situation, be it criticism, medical advice, or even childbirth, into a promotional opportunity is almost admirable. Almost. But here's the rub. They keep trying to tell everyone that everyone else is angry. But they are the only ones yelling. It's like watching someone punch themselves in the face and then complain about violence. People aren't angry, they are disappointed. It's like watching your favorite band switch from creating groundbreaking music to churning out commercial jingles after jingles. Sure, they might be making more money, but at what cost? This whole saga isn't just a lunch product of a Twitter spread. It's about the evolving relationship between content creators and their audience. Remember, when YouTube was about people doing cool, creative things, now it seems like it's become a glorified QVC channel. Whether it's Mr. Beast playing trickster on game shows or Logan and KSI releasing nutritionally questionable products for school children, it feels like we are watching the soap commodification of a creativity. It's disappointing to see people that you used to enjoy watching lose the ability to make things that are worth enjoying. Whether that's a product, a video, or whatever it is. It's like watching your childhood hero turn into a corporate mascot. Sure, they might be able to be more successful now, but something intangible has been lost completely. As we wrap up this nutritional nightmare, let's take a moment to reflect. KSI and Logan Paul have shown us that with great power comes great marketability. They turned a simple lunch product into a saga worthy of a Netflix documentary. Netflix, if you're listening, call me. I have got ideas. But perhaps the real reason here is for us. Real lesson here is for us, the audience. In a world where everything is trying to tell us something, maybe it's time we start asking ourselves, what are we buying into? Is it the product, the personality, or the promise of being part of something bigger? Because at the end of the day, whether it's a lunchly or a lunchable, what we are really consuming is an idea. And ideas, unlike processed cheese, can have a much longer shelf life. So the next time you see a YouTube trying to sell you something, whether it's a product, a controversy, or just oversized ego, take a moment, think critically, and maybe, just maybe, take your own lunch. Sayonara.